It's Sunny Drive time!
Happy Saturday, pinball fans. Nick's Pinball Chronicles channel. I got a couple of more pieces of test equipment. I got a pretty cool 64 switch matrix tester from Siegecraft that I'm putting together. And it's a pretty cool device. It can handle everything solid state pretty much. You just gotta build the harnesses. It gives you all the harness diagrams and how to build the board. You can even turn each switch on and off individually with these dip switches. So it's going to come in very handy. Halfway done. I got the other half to do and continue from there. And I'll give you a little demonstration of how I solder. I gotta wear my magnifiers. I'm getting old and blind as a bat. But you just take each of you build it a step at a time. And you do the diodes first. Make sure they're orientated properly in the PC board. But the PC board is already silk screened to let you know that the diodes are in the proper position. And solder the little solder pads. Just take your time. Make sure your tip has solder after it was cleaned, and hit each tiny pad and the solder will flow. Just need a little mound. And you know you got a good connection to the board. This takes some practice though. I've been doing this for a while, so I definitely need to do some PC board practice. Okay, there you go. That's that. Clean the tip. Let's make sure all the diodes are in properly. They are. And just trim the excess off. If you're doing board repair, you can always save these little leads. And if you have a cut trace on a board somewhere, you could always repair it and jump it with one of these little solid bus wires from the lead of a component that you're taking off or snipping off the extra. A little tip for board repair. You just gotta practice by doing it pretty much. And I take my alcohol and clean off the excess flux. Check all the connections. Everything looks good. And I'll put in the little micro switches. These make it a little easier because the legs kind of snap in and it holds the switch in place. But again, there's 64 on this board, which makes it very versatile. You can use this switch matrix tester for any. I'm not sure about the newer games, like the newer modern Sterns, but everything back in the 90s to the the 2000s, early 2000s, you can use this board to troubleshoot switch matrix problems. And you got to make up the harnesses that plug into the games. Depending on what manufacturer the game, they use different plug configurations. Williams, Bally, Sega. Sega and Data East are the same company, so those don't really differ. It's when you go from Bally Williams to Data East, their plug setup is a little different. Okay, so you make sure all the switches are seated fully in the row, and then you tack them down. One, two, three, four. Happens pretty quick because it heats up pretty fast, and it's only a little tiny area that you're doing, so it doesn't take long. Just a little drop of solder. Make sure it's flowed onto the pad. Like I said, you have a little solder mound on top of the pad. You don't want to have any cracks or gaps. I tell you, the people that make these boards, I mean, what a godsend they are. It's going to save so much time. I got that customer now with that hook machine that I fixed a couple months ago. He still has a lamp matrix problem, but he hasn't called me back yet for me to go and fix that for him. He's got a couple controlled lamps that are out on his game. Now that I have the correct lamp matrix tester with the right harness, I'll be able to diagnose it really quick and fix it. What's nice about these testers is you can actually, this lets you know, because you're actually taking the game, the play field out of the loop, and you're plugging this thing in, so you can diagnose without chasing your tail to find out if it's a wiring problem with the play field or a board problem. See, that was quick. Clean the excess flux off. Alcohol does an okay job, but I'm waiting to get some flux cleaner. We'll probably clean up the board a little bit better. Check all the connections. That's it. You go row by row. I'll let you know when it's complete. The other thing I forgot to show you that I got, it's really cool. It's a little 3D printed tool that helps you bend component leads for circuit boards. See, it's got all these different little channels. It's a pretty cool little tool. You can make it with a 3D printer. So you take your component, like a diode, stick it in the little slot here, line it up, and you're able to bend the leads over. See? Very, very cool tool. Not expensive. Okay. Matrix tester is done. She's all built. And I'm going to have to push that switch down a little bit just to get it flush. But yeah, it's done. Header's put on. Now, I'm waiting for the wires and harness connector stuff to come in. I ordered color correct wires for the switch matrix on each game, and I'm going to start wiring those up as soon as I get them. And they give you all the pinouts. Everything looks like it's coming off the board. It's the 100 pins, the smaller pins. So take it from there. And good afternoon. a little bit of an update. I'm trying to get some of my test harnesses organized because I had a Siegecraft lamp tester and I only had the harness adapter for the WPC games, but I gotta wait for the connectors to come in so I can make additional harnesses for the Data East Sega and System 11 and System 3 through 7. So we'll see.